These children don't crave much screen time. They're part of a new generation of families living off-grid in a little-known place called the Solar Village, hidden in Northern Territory bushland.
It's great. We've got all this area, the kids run around and enjoy themselves.
I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of the legacy of the Solar Village. I'm really proud of the hard work that people before us have put in.
Faded photos tell the story of that hard work, an off-grid solar experiment that began in the 1970s and grabbed some headlines, with founding residents Pam and Peter still living here 40 years later.
We've got a very comfortable system now, but, in the early days there was certainly, me down there and my sarong starting the generator.
The village was a huge community effort. Solar systems were built from scratch and donations of time and money flowed from people who weren't residents.
We had a private subdivision and each person bought shares and had their own block.
13 off-grid blocks remain, now separately titled, with residents still coming together to maintain roads and put out fires.
Well, it's a very comfortable house to live in. The rammed earth walls, they're 12 inches thick, so they maintain temperature fairly consistently.
In the beginning, the group trucked in a huge ex-Navy tank for their water supply, along with windmills from a distant pastoral station, to the station owner's surprise.
He said, "You bastard." He said, "You took all my windmills." And I said, "You sold them to me." He said, "I know, I offered you $500. I didn't think you could get them down."
The government had shown some initial interest in the project amid the urgency to rebuild after Cyclone Tracy in 1974.
The whole of the top end of the Northern Territory, the infrastructure was destroyed, and there was all sorts of open questions about how Darwin should be rebuilt. We thought we could contribute to that decision.
Of course, you can imagine our frustration when we watch what happens politically now and the sorts of repetition of the things that we were talking about 50 years ago.
The group ended up pursuing the project on their own, with help from students at Queensland University who drafted up a concept. And after 40 years, residents say it's been a success for them and their children.
It's a great snapshot of what can be done when people get together in a spirit of community science and make something happen.
Treading lightly while living comfortably in the harsh climate of the top end. Felicity James, ABC News.